Hello, welcome to Mind Your Business. No, I really don't know why I always have to dance when I'm saying mind your business. I don't know, maybe I just love dancing. I am Alma Duncan. I'm a corporate trainer, business coach, and founder of the Fabulous Woman Network. And yes, I am almost always excited because there's always exciting stuff to celebrate in this God's beautiful life or earth, world, universe. So Mind Your Business is my weekly video podcast in which I get to talk about business, interview people about business. My whole goal is for us to learn from others so that we can learn how to create wealth and impact people as children of God. Today, I have the honor, privilege of interviewing a very, very fabulous woman. Yes, I know everybody I have the opportunity to interview is fabulous. Anyway, let me go on and then tell you who I am interviewing today. Her name is Catherine Engmann. Catherine has over 2 decades of experience in the area of corporate governance and company secretarial practice. Catherine was the managing director and founder of Platinum Corporate Solutions, an organization that focuses on supporting entities with the implementation of best practice corporate governance frameworks, cultural transformation, leadership development, organizational development, and personal growth. Catherine has a degree in biotechnology, is a graduate of the ICSA UK, and has several certificates in the human potential arena, including cultural transformational tools, leadership development, coaching, and self-esteem. She's also a certified John Maxwell Coach, an executive director of the John Maxwell Team, and a certified Jack Canfield Success Trainer. To think that we have people like these in our community, ladies, just excites me. Sit tight, get yourself a cuppa. This will be good. Or maybe water. I have both options ready.
Thank you for having me, Amma, and I hope you're impressed with my choice of color. You inspire me with your pink. So
Now, I bet everyone who is watching at this point is curious to know more about you, who you are. So let's start from there. Who is Catherine Engmann? Let's talk about your faith, your schooling. Are you even Ghanaian? You know, let's know who you are.
Okay, I was born in Cape Coast. My mother's English and my father is Ghanaian.
I grew up in Cape Coast and we moved to Accra when it's still a bit unclear whether I was 7 or 8. So let's say I was 8 years old. And then we lived in the University of Ghana. I grew up at the University of Ghana campus because both of my parents were academics. Then I set off for the shores of England when I was 14. And I returned to Ghana 11 years ago, in 2009, I returned to Ghana. Yes.
I see.
So that was me growing up, yes.
Which schools did you go to in Ghana?
Oh, good question. I went to University Primary Legon in Cape Coast. Then I went to Achimota. Of course, can't you tell? I went to Achimota.
Yes, the elite English. Yes, I know.
No. Far from it. So I went to Achimota Secondary School, and then in England, a school that no one has even heard of. Then after that, I went to university. My degree was in biotechnology. And I really thought I was going to become a biotechnologist. The interesting thing is that I left university in the early 90s when there was a recession in England and there were hardly any jobs around. So I had to get administrative type jobs. And then I actually realized that I really enjoyed working in the corporate governance space. So I chartered as a governance professional, and that's what I've been doing for the last 25 plus years.
Wow, that's a lot of years of experience. I think that I'm already thinking we should bring you back another time to talk about boards and all that. For now, we have something else in mind. I know that among the many things you do, you're also a coach.
I am.
And I'm interested in finding out what inspired you to become a coach. What's the story behind it, and what kind of clients do you serve?
Great question, Amma. So I actually went through a leadership development program when I was in England. So in my 30s. So this was for the next level of people, the people that were stepping into C-suites. And I had a coach. And I really, really used to enjoy my sessions with this coach because they gave me so much insight and clarity. And at the time, I was about 33 then, and I toyed with the idea, should I try this coaching thing? But I had this mindset, Amma, that, I've pretty much put myself in a box that, oh no, this is my profession. I must stick at it and just grow in that profession. Why would you change professions at 33? So I had a lot of fears around that. But fast forward, sitting in a boardroom in Ghana in 2013, and of course, I'd forgotten that dream. I found out in this boardroom that they were flying. At that time, there were hardly any, I don't think there were any certified coaches in Ghana. And they were flying in coaches from England to come and work in Ghana. And I was like, whoa. And Amma, between you and me, when I saw how much these coaches were being paid, I asked myself, how hard can this coaching thing be? Me too. I'm going to go and certify so I can earn some of that money. Wow. Right. So I'll be honest, it started as a financial decision because by then I was a business owner. But let me tell you what, it was almost as though God had to lead me that way, because as I started the coach training and I started coaching, I was like, there's nothing else I want to do. I was made for this.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know the feeling. Thank you. Now, so currently, what kind of coaching do you do, and who are the kinds of clients you are serving?
Okay, so I do a mixture at the moment. So I coach a lot of C-suites, and founders, people that have started businesses, founders. And that is my primary focus because they come to me through my corporate work.
Okay.
But the work that I love the most, Amma, is helping women who are stepping out of corporate and starting their own businesses, or have just stepped out of corporate and have started businesses. Because nothing prepares you for entrepreneurship. It's a different mindset required altogether.
Yeah.
And I think that I actually help people with the very problem that I had, because I had this fixed employee corporate mindset. Starting up my own business, I had to think differently, but I didn't know how to think differently.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's my passion.
Like Amma Duncan, if you are watching, you know who we need, right? Now, recently, the reason I've been chasing you for this interview is because of this word, mastermind. So this is something we've been hearing coaches talk about a lot, and there are a lot of questions about it. So please, if you can educate us, what is a mastermind? Who needs it? Why is that even important anyway?
Okay, so this concept of mastermind first came up. Have you read Think and Grow Rich? I'm sure a lot of people have read Think and Grow Rich.
Chapter 13 also talks about master. I forgot the chapter 9 or 13.
Yes, one of the, Amma, you do very well. You've got a great memory. It is. And they talk about the power of the mastermind. And the thing is that a mastermind really focuses your energy and effort. And I think it's spiritual energy that you get when you're in a mastermind group, because it's a group of people who are in harmony with each other coming together. And so what I've found is that it's been so instrumental in my success, because when we come together in a group, the Bible says that where 2 or 3 are gathered, there I am. And how, I think there's another scripture, it's a King David, where one can put 100 to flight, is it? And then 10,000, yes. And I believe that that's the same with the mastermind group, because when you're together, the 2 plus 2 doesn't become 4, it becomes 100.
100,000.
Yes, exactly. So really, I believe that mastermind is power coming to us from God and from each other. And so because we know So together we become more, we know more, and there's more that we can share, and more access, more wisdom we can access. So that's why I think a mastermind is so important.
Oh my God, let me stop you there.
Yeah.
That what you just said is so profound. Like I did read the book, I didn't get it that way. And then last year I started my own mastermind, and I joined someone else's mastermind. So I think I'm in 3 or so mastermind. But between then and now, my business has changed so much. And now that you talk about it, I realize, so there's like an X factor. There's the God factor in the midst that makes things more exponential than, if it was just me. I get it. Please go on.
And you know what? I love that. That is the word, exponential power. That's what you get in the mastermind. And the key, though, Amma, is that ensuring that you have people who are in harmony with each other. That's so important, because if they are not, it can derail the power that you get from the mastermind. And I know that for me, just like you said, that your business has grown in leaps and bounds since you joined the mastermind. I know that I've done so many things that I would never have ordinarily done if I wasn't part of that mastermind.
Wow, that is so, like, now that we are talking about it, I'm getting even deeper insights than I thought I had before. Thank you. Now, so then again, who needs to be part of a mastermind then?
Well, Amma, that's a great question. And I think one of my favorite mantras is, that's a great question. Because I actually think that anyone who's got any sort of goal needs to be part of a mastermind. And particularly if you've got big dreams and you know that actually I cannot do this alone, it's really important to join a mastermind. Because what I know for sure is that our thinking, our current reality, is caused by our thinking up until now. And that in order to get to somewhere else, we need to start thinking differently. So if we're always thinking ourselves, if that makes sense, if we're always on our own and just thinking, particularly as a business owner, we are not going to get to where we want to get to, because our current reality, I believe, is caused by our level of thinking. And it's so true. So the mastermind challenges you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm just thinking about someone. So yesterday, for instance, one of my mastermind groups called me about something that I was promoting on social media. And just by her call, everything changed. This was something I was doing alone. And then she came in with a different perspective, a suggestion, and everything changed. It is so powerful. Indeed, 2 heads are better than 1. Absolutely. Now, I guess someone is just watching or reading the blog and is thinking, but how do I find one? Where these strange mastermind, where do I go to find them? Or how do I find one?
It sounds very woo-woo, because in the early days, like in 2015, 2016, when I was trying to set them up here, people used to think, mastermind, that sounds a bit woo-woo, or a bit like, So there are 2 ways. You either start one or you join one that's already in progress. And you can also pay to be part of one. And I have found that for me, when I pay to be part of one, I take it so much more seriously than when I don't. And I really look at the people who are in the mastermind. So it's important to choose people who are already where you want to be, or who are at least a level above you. So, for example, if you want to become a millionaire, Amma, you're not going to be, you don't want to be hanging out with people in a mastermind group that are only making like $50,000 a year, right? Exactly. So always should go for people that are at least one level above you. And you might say, well, okay, so these people are a level above you, you are below them. Why would they invite you in? It's because we all have something that we can share. And my goal right now is to hang around with young people like you, because gosh, the wisdom and the stuff that you guys do, I'm like, oh, wow, I need you guys in my life, right?
Thank you.
Because you also help us, so we help each other and we challenge each other to think differently and do things differently.
Fantastic. I really like that as well. Okay, so currently, do you have a mastermind group that people, oh, by the way, I also totally agree in paying to be part. I mean, when you have skin in the game, it really changes everything. You're not thinking, oh, I can't go for meeting today. You won't make any excuse. Like if you're paying, that one of these groups that I'm in, I'm paying almost 10,000 CDs to be in.
Yeah.
And if you look at how much you've paid, you won't sit there and be like, oh, I don't feel like it today. You will do the work because you put your skin in the game. So I love that. Now, please.
And actually, Amma, that is actually a very, very profound statement you just made, that when you've got skin in the game and you're paying for it, you're not going to give excuses.
No.
And in fact, having to think about coming up with 10,000 CDs to join a mastermind, I tell you, that in itself is growth, because you're going to be pushing yourself to think differently, do things differently, just to be able to get the income to join. So,
exactly. Yeah. And it's so sad that some of us are not willing to make that kind. I mean, even me, there was a point that I would have been like, what, 10,000? Are you kidding me? No, I'd rather do X, Y, Z with it. But now I've gotten to the level where I've realized that actually, if you want to get access to certain people, you have to pay. You have to do whatever it takes. So, I mean, it's something I always say. I pray that we get to that level where we know free is not always the best. I mean, we have to grow out of free above it and then go to the point where we are willing to make that investment. And so
Absolutely.
I wanted to find out from you as well, do you have any mastermind groups that people can be a part of?
Yes, I do. So I have mastermind groups that people can join, and I have two types. I have the book mastermind, and then I have just the personal, like goal type achievement mastermind, where we get people together. So my next mastermind is actually starting in October.
Okay.
And this is the people in our achievement mastermind. And then there'll be a book mastermind starting in November. So I do both. So please, I only have 4 a year. I only do 4 a year.
Okay, can you explain the book? Is it like a book club that you read a book and?
Yes, it's like a book. I would call it like a book club, but it's a bit deeper because you study the book together. So everyone reads the book, and then I facilitate questions and growth around the thing in the book, and we do the exercises in the book, and we discuss the concepts in the book. And Amma, you'll be amazed at the amount of growth that you can get from doing that as well.
Oh my God, I can't even believe it exists. So, I do this book club in the group, but I'm always thinking, is it possible to get like a group together and we read together and do the work? And there is one already. I didn't even know.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We'll have to do one and then decide which one. The one I'm in, which is being facilitated by someone else. We just finished a book called Happy Money, and honestly, I had huge growth as well, being part of that group as well. It was amazing.
Oh my God,
it was amazing. Yes. So let's do it, Amma. Let's do it.
Yes. And then the achievement one.
Yeah, so the achievement one really is about working on your goals. So this is where particularly entrepreneurs come together, and we're working on our goals. So someone gets in the hot seat in each session, someone gets on the hot seat for a few minutes, present their goal or the challenge that they're working on, and then they just get advice from everyone else in the group.
Fantastic.
It's amazing.
It's
amazing.
Yeah. And so you mentioned that you have 2 openings coming up in October, and so
November.
You're going to give us the link so people can check out.
Yes, I shall.
I get you vet the people coming through. It's not like.
Oh yes, I get them to fill out a questionnaire, find out what their goals are, and I also have an exploratory call with them, because the truth is, I'll be very honest. I don't want to hang around with people with happy, good spirits and people that want to help each other. Exactly. Because trust me, I was in one mastermind where one of the girls would not share. She would take ideas from everyone else, but would never share exactly what she was doing or where she wanted to go. And that was not very pleasant. So I do interview people.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Now, also about your coaching practice.
Yes.
Who, first of all, do you have any slots available for the rest of the year for one-on-one? So,
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I coach a set number of hours a week. Yes, I do have slots. I do have slots available until the end of the year. Yes, that I do. I think I have like two one-to-one spaces at the moment, because the truth is that you're only limited. Doing one-to-one coaching is quite limited. So I have one-to-one. But actually, most of my people that join, individual coaching, what I find is that they actually come out of my mastermind groups.
And then you continue working with them one-on-one.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes. And I forgot to say, actually, Emma, sorry, I just forgot to add that the ideal size of a mastermind shouldn't be more than 8 people.
Okay.
Because if it becomes more than 8, then you do not get enough support per person. And it's actually good to have 8, because some weeks, some people will not come. So you may just have about 5 or 6. Yeah,
sure enough. That's true. That's true. So how can we access any of these services or all of these for someone listening who is interested? How do we find you?
Okay, I will share my link in the comment section so that people can find me. I'm KatherineEngmann.com, but then I'll share a link, and I will be happy to give your listeners a guide to starting their own mastermind and a worksheet on running the mastermind.
Fantastic. That's really a nice offer. Thank you. Oh my goodness. This has been so insightful. It's amazing. I am in several masterminds, but I've still learned so much more. I feel like I've gotten deeper insights, and I finally get why my things about me has changed recently, just because of the kinds of mastermind groups I've joined. So this has been really powerful. Thank you. But before I let you go, I've got a series of questions. So I ask a question and you complete. It's a sentence. Complete. Okay. So the first one. Yes. If I could advise my younger self, I would say.
You know what? Relax. Don't be too attached, and life is not over if you don't achieve that next goal. Just relax, enjoy the process, and don't take life so seriously. Have some fun.
Have some fun. Oh, no.
And don't beat yourself up when you make mistakes.
Yes. I know it's easier said than done, but beating ourselves up when we make mistakes, it's so hard forgiving ourselves when we make mistakes, right? And perhaps another time we should have that conversation. But now that reminds me, what do you do for fun? You mentioned, having fun, and also, what do you do to happy yourself?
Well, I love. I'm a bad dancer, but I love dancing. So that's something that I do. There's a salsa club. I sometimes go and dance salsa, but COVID put a stop to that. But I love dancing, and I also play golf. And actually, I love walking and reading. And they're things that really actually give me so much joy.
Yeah. I can imagine the reading bits, especially with the weather now. Is it raining in Accra?
It is. It's so lovely.
All right, thank you. The second question. I am fabulous because.
I am owning this. I am fabulous because I have a deep sense of compassion. I am very emotionally intelligent, and I just have a heart that is full of love, and I believe and see the best in everyone, probably more than they can see in themselves. But even more importantly, Emma, I am fabulous because I believe in myself and I invest in myself. And even at 50, I do not believe that it's the end and that I'm only going to get better and better. And I'm just seeking knowledge and growth. So that's why I'm fabulous.
Oh my God. And the fact that you mentioned you're 50 and I'm looking at my face and I'm like, should I just cover my face?
No, please.
Oh my God.
You are so beautiful, Amma. You're so beautiful.
Guys, I am beautiful. Thank you. Now, the final question is, one book that has greatly helped me in business is?
Most people, okay, so the truth is, I'm going to answer this so truthfully. For a second, I was wondering whether I should make it up and say something very, 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 something like good to great, but no. The book that has influenced me in business has been The Science of Getting Rich. The reason I say that, Amma, is because I left corporate to become an employee. I left corporate where I was an employee to become a business owner. And the mindset had to change. I also recognized that I had a bit of a poverty mindset. I wouldn't call it a poverty mindset, but when you were growing, when I was growing up, my mother would say, oh, money is not important. And, it's harder for a rich man to go enter the kingdom of heaven than a camel to go through the eye of a needle. And, there were all these things that we were told about, let me reframe, I was told about rich people. So subconsciously, even though I wanted my company to earn money and do well, I was stuck. I was blocked with these things, which I wasn't aware of. And I became aware of them when I started having a coach. And when and also noticing that my clients were never paying on time. If anyone was going to get the clients that didn't want to pay, that would be me. So things were such a challenge. And then I read The Science of Getting Rich. And one of the first early lines in the book is, whatever can be said in praise of poverty, the fact remains that it is not possible to live a really complete or successful life unless one is rich. And it's so true, because we can't rise to our greatest heights in developing ourselves spiritually or in terms of our gifts unless we have money. And God wants us to make the most of ourselves, and we can't do that without money. So I tell you, that book really changed my perspective on business. And the one of the things that it did do for me was, in terms of mindset, was that we work in a very competitive country, right? People are very competitive, but it was to get rid of the thought of competition and always thinking about creating. And so collaborating with people and making sure that my services were charged in such a way that I was giving more to people in value than I was taking from them in money.
Taking from them.
Yeah. So that's why, and that really changed my business.
Oh my gosh. So basically, as you were talking about, the mindset about poverty and everything, I was like, that was me. That was me. They ask for money. And I used to have this thinking that if I'm rich, armed robbers will target me, because then if I'm driving a nice car, they will run after, and all these things. So when I grew up, and then now I had this mindset that, money is good, I need to chase it. But then my subconscious mind still thinks that money is bad. So it was like I was always going against myself. So it's books like these. I'm surprised I still haven't read The Science of Getting Rich, because I've read it over and over. So I've made a mental note, the Fabulous Woman community, we have to read this book.
In fact, why don't we have that in a mastermind?
Yay! I am so excited to know that you have a mastermind that even focuses on book, because usually I am more familiar with the achievements ones, people's goals. Even my own mastermind focus on goals, and sometimes I'm tempted to say, so ladies, which books are you reading? Like, I wish we could go into books, but I think that it really makes it easier if you have one focusing on learning from books. And that is such a beautiful thing. Sometimes I'm reading books and like, oh my God, this is so good. And I wish I had someone to discuss it with,
Yes.
So I think that's such a brilliant idea. Having the book mastermind is like, oh gosh, thank you. Thank you so much.
So Amma, can I permit me to challenge you then?
Ooh.
How about you launch a book mastermind?
I'll say yes.
Yes, please do.
I will totally do it.
Please.
I'll totally do it. And I've got you to coach me through the process, because you in that respect anyway. Yeah, seriously. Okay, yes. So I think that live here, let me also say, what has made me hesitate? I mean, that thought has crossed my mind a few times, and I'm like, I'm already doing this free book club thing. Will someone really pay for it? Like, I'm always thinking nobody cares about you and your books, you know. So I'm always thinking nobody will be willing to pay you, Amma, to teach them anything or to explain anything or to even share thoughts with you. So that has been my limiting belief in that respect. I'm confessing now. So now that you challenged me, and you are president of the Association of Coaching Professionals, if you challenge me, I better do it.
Please. And please. And in fact, Emma, I used to watch your Facebook lives, because at some points they were in the afternoons rather than at night. And I was watching them when you were facilitating the book, You're a Badass at Making Money, which is one of my favorite books too.
Yes.
And honestly, I just thought to myself, gosh, I wish Emma would have a mastermind. I love the way she teaches. I love the way she explains. And I would definitely pay to join your mastermind. So,
oh my God.
Really, yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to run away from all my excuses and just do it already.
Absolutely. Do it. Yes, please.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Catherine. Every time I have the opportunity to talk to you, I learn something deeper and deeper and deeper. You're amazing. And it's so lovely. And especially for me to be able to say, oh, she's Ghanaian. Yeah, she's Ghanaian. Well, I know you're British too, but you're also Ghanaian.
I am Ghanaian.
Thank you so much for making time for this interview, teaching us so much. And I mean, I'm sure that people who want to reach out to you, they will just click on the links, which I'll share in there. Before you go, any final words for our audience?
Do you know, for me, the final word, Amma, and you will laugh when I say this because it will come as no surprise, is invest in yourself, because you are worth it, and you'll be amazed at the heights you will achieve if only you will make that investment in yourself.
Yep. Absolutely. So true. Thank you so much, Catherine. This has been amazing.
Thank you for having me, Amma.
Thank you so much, Catherine. She's amazing, this woman. Every time, literally, that I have an encounter with her, I learn something new. I didn't mention it, maybe I didn't, but she's actually the president of the Association of Coaching Professionals Ghana. She's amazing. And we just want to say thank you to her. And ladies, and gentlemen, what has hit you from this? What really spoke to you from this conversation? Please share with us. Share with us in the comments, or you can send an email. And remember, Catherine's link is in there as well. She's actually made an offer of a nice sheet, with action steps we can take if we want to start our own mastermind group. So I invite you to please click on the link, check it out. And until I come your way again with Mind Your Business, same time next week, Tuesday, 12 p.m. GMT. 12 p.m. GMT. Yeah, that's the one, on our YouTube channel. See ya. And please don't forget to subscribe. Ta!